How's it going, everyone? It's truly Mystic, and we just got a brand new update for Naruto X Boruto Ultimate Ninja Storm Connections. Now, by just, I mean a few days ago, but you know how it works around here. We make these videos a few days later than usual, and in this update we got a good amount of content. The biggest star out of this entire update has got to be our brand new character to the Storm Connections roster, Borushiki, or as how they're calling it, Boruto Karma Progression. We also got a brand new Team Ultimate, some new costumes for characters, and balance patches across the board. So without further ado, let's dive into all of that in today's video. Just to get the biggest piece of news out of the way, yeah, Borushiki is finally in the game. In the last update, we did get Kawashiki, and as many fans expected, the final character for this DLC Season Pass was going to be Borushiki. It only made sense, and for years, many people, including myself, have been clamoring for Borushiki to make an appearance in the Storm franchise. And I think it's safe to say that now that he's finally in-game, it was definitely worth the wait. Now, I won't go too in-depth with this character, but I'd like to speak on a few things regarding him. First, I just want to say that Borushiki is an amazing addition to the wide variety of Boruto characters now in the game. I mean, we have so many, from Boruto Part 1, the Scientific Ninja Tech one, the Karma Seal one, and now Borushiki. And I know there's also another one thrown in there as well. There's a lot of Borutos. Now, we've been needing Borushiki for a really long time because in the Boruto manga and anime, Borushiki is basically a possessed version of Boruto as Momoshiki takes control. And as seen in the anime, Momoshiki incorporates Boruto's fighting style and combines it with his own. This of course would create for a fun and super agile character when added to Storm Connections. And I think they translated that beautifully. In-game, Borushiki floats around as seen in the anime, and when it comes to his attacks, he knows the ninja way by using Boruto's shadow clones, utilizing shuriken for his ninja tools, and primarily engaging with hand-to-hand combat. Now, voice acting alone, I think they did a beautiful job. In the anime, Borushiki does sound like a mix of Boruto and Momoshiki, but in Storm Connections, it does kind of sound more closer to Momoshiki as opposed to both of them combined, and me personally, I don't have a problem with that. If anything, it sounds pretty cool, and it's really not that big of a deal. It almost sounds like a more serious version of Momoshiki too, but keeping some elements of that arrogant flair in his dialogue. Now, for the combos. Like I said, he utilizes those shadow clones, so that neutral combo is gonna push you away with a kick and hit you down with a massive Rasengan. Love to see it. And for his down combo, I love that he utilizes Boruto's lightning style. Although Momoshiki can use lightning style to a degree, so maybe it's one of the two or both. Regardless, I love to see that, especially since we don't really see Borushiki use lightning style in the anime. So I think that's just a nice touch and well addition to his combos. Of course, we gotta get into that grab. Really far reach for it. I was pretty surprised when playing him myself. You can cut some distance between you and your enemy when utilizing this grab. It is a little simple though. I'm pretty sure it's just a quick kunai slash and that's it, but still clean with it nonetheless. Now, for his two jutsus. His primary jutsu is actually him throwing a Rasengan. Now, this is very interesting because we know Boruto has that vanishing Rasengan that he can throw, taking into account that lightning chakra nature and making it disappear. But it seems like Borushiki can throw this Rasengan with ease and it doesn't even disappear. So on the battlefield, you'll see this coming at you really quickly. I love that as soon as it hits you, it creates this giant Rasengan of just mass destruction. It also launches the opponent into the air, so you can easily continue a combo after that. His second jutsu, I think, is one of the coolest jutsus though, as this is where we see the infamous Rasengan. Now there's two versions of this Rasengan. You can fire it once and it's a range attack, so it launches at your opponent. It's also unblockable, so try not to get hit by this if you're blocking too much. And the second version allows you to fire 3 at a time, as long as you charge it up. It's really awesome to see the Rasengan finally in-game. Borushiki really packing that Rasengan on him. And also, I forgot to mention that in his air combo, once he brings you down, he also fires some Rasendans with his Shadow Clone. Really awesome to see, and I love that they're utilizing that Rasendan to the fullest. Now, the real meat from this character has got to come from his awakening and ultimate jutsu. Now, for his ultimate, I think it's extremely awesome. The use of his shadow clones holding you down, it just looks so gangster for Borushiki. Love the cheeky smirks. And that final Rasengan that he lands on you is just wow. It does look like the scene from Boruto vs. Boro in the anime, and I wonder if they actually utilize that to make this ultimate, because it just looks extremely similar. But either way, this just looks awesome, and that cube effect, man, when it just launches into the air and you see all the debris, you just always have to love whenever any kind of animation includes that. Beautiful ultimate right there, but finally for Borushiki, that awakening. His awakening is basically when we see Borushiki for the first time having that blue aura surrounding him. Now I always thought that if they were to handle Borushiki, they would always have that aura on him, but it seems like they're going to stick with that for the awakening. Now real quick, the styles for Borushiki are pretty cool. The inverted colors look amazing for him, and I like that you can change between a full horn or broken horn. It's just those little touches that make the character super fun and customizable. In his awakened state, he has the 2 action moves where he can fire Rasendan and actually move away. This is pretty good for dodging and getting in your range attacks in one move. And the final thing worth noting for this awakening is that primary jutsu. He just flies at you with the Rasengan like in the anime, and I was always wondering, is Borushiki going to fly like a jet in any way like we've seen in the anime? And sure enough, when using this attack in the awakened state, I was absolutely appalled. It's amazing. Borushiki is definitely an MVP for this DLC pass, but how would I rank him in terms of all the other DLC characters, and how does he fit into the game entirely? Well, personally, I think Borushiki is by no means the best character out of the entire game. I think there are definitely better options, but he is a strong contender for S tier. And I know that might sound crazy to some people, S tier being the best tier, this means that the character has to be the best, but I seriously think so. After playing with Borushiki for a while, he feels like a character that many people would put on your team. He has a lot of versatility with his combos, a strong awakening, and the jutsus are really something to behold. And I'd say, yeah, he's definitely up there. If not low S tier, then definitely the highest A tier. But how does he stack up with the rest of the characters from the DLC? Well, off the bat, I'd say better than Hagoromo and Ishiki. And that's just because those 2 Otsutsuki are kind of generic and basic for their attacks, utilizing a little bit of taijutsu and the elemental release for both of them. They kind of play a little similar to other characters, and while I still do appreciate those 2, and especially Ishiki as he's one of the best characters in the game, Borushiki does it a little bit differently. Now I will say though that our new Boruto Karma Progression character plays a lot similarly to the other Borutos and Momoshiki, but that is kind of the whole point of his character. However, that does detract from him being incredibly unique. And the same thing also kind of goes for Kawashiki. He plays similar to Ishiki and Kawaki. So I think out of the whole season pass, Kurenai is the best one still. Entirely new character, made up jutsus, movesets, and everything for her. I think by far I was the most surprised with her out of anyone else on this list. But for second place, I definitely put Borushiki. And yeah, I think he's a nice addition to the roster. It's finally great to have him, and we're just gonna have to wait and see who will be in the next season pass. Hopefully there's a lot of exciting characters to come. And to wrap up this update, I'll just quickly go over everything else that we got new. New Team Ultimate with Sasuke, Indra, and Madara looks insane. Obviously never happened in canon, but they cooked with this one nonetheless. We also got brand new costumes, so we got Sleepwear Kaguya, Madara from the Leaf Village, a new Tsunade costume, and a couple more that I'll put up on screen. lovely. I love getting these new costumes, especially Obito. It's really awesome that they gave us that Zetsu, Black Zetsu version of him. You love to see it. And in terms of balance patch updates, I won't go crazy with this one, but just know that some characters did get nerfs and some characters did get buffs. For example, I know Sakura did get a buff in terms of defense, but Naruto the Last also did get a nerf in defense. If you want more information about that actually, I recommend you check out Poison Okami's video. He does a great job diving into that aspect, and you can always check online for the full data. But I'd say one of the biggest changes this update is the guarding. More specifically, breaking someone's guard when chakra dashing into it. Me personally, I'm a big fan of this change because I feel like guards used to break so much easier in connections, but now I feel like I can block a lot more without instantly getting my guard broken and the opponent getting a full minute long combo off of me. In my opinion, I think this is a great change, but what do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section down below. I'd like to thank all of you for watching today's video. I know I don't post a whole lot of Storm content anymore, but every time a new character and big update comes out, you know I have to be there for it. I can't wait to see what the next season of Storm Connections holds for us, and I hope that that future looks bright. So leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed today's video, and I'll see you guys around. Have a wonderful day, and until next time, peace.